What up, y'all? It's another episode of Shoebooty Sports coming at you Tuesday night, November 22nd, right before Thanksgiving. So this will be the Thanksgiving episode by default. This is your host, Graham Powell, co-host Bradley Brown. Say hello, Bradley.
What's going on?
A lot's going on. We just got done with the Razorback basketball game. We'll touch up on that in a second. Quick shout out to our sponsor. Shoebooty Sports is presented by Rhino Races. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that offers 5 different races: a 5K, a 10K, half marathon, a marathon, and the Rhino Ultra. You can sign up for one or all five of their races. They're at rhinoraces.com. How it works is you sign up for a race, run it at your convenience, track it with your fitness app, whether it be your watch, Strava, whatever you use for that. Just screenshot your results as proof of completion. Submit your results there at rhinoraces.com under the submit results section. Once your results are verified by Rhino Races staff, your award will be shipped to you by mail. Free shipping on all orders, by the way. Again, rhinoraces.com. Also visit their gear section for t-shirts, decals, wristbands, and more. Again, rhinoraces.com, the premier virtual running series. Again, Rhino Races, rhinoraces.com. Also, you can find us here on Spotify, YouTube, Apple and Google Podcasts, the Wisdom app. Check out the YouTube channel, subscribe to it, click the subscribe button. That helps us out a lot. Also, follow us on Twitter at Shoebooty Sports. So, we will touch up a little bit on the Maui Invitational game we just watched. Literally just ended a little bit ago. Arkansas falls to Creighton. I don't even remember the final score. It was like a 3-5 point game, something like that.
90 to 87 or something.
There you go. But I like what I saw from Arkansas. I didn't like some of the calls Creighton got. I think that's going to be pretty unanimous across the board for Razorback fans. But all in all, you got to feel pretty good about what you see from this Razorback team. What I like the most out of watching that game, one, Anthony Black, absolute stud point guard, 6'7" point guard, freshman for the Hogs, cool hair also, by the way.
Yep.
So shout out Anthony Black. Dude can do all things ball. And also, I like the fight from this team. Plenty of times they could have, kind of let it go, whether it be officiating, not going their way, Creighton starting to pull ahead late, especially at the end of the game. There was a point where it was like, it's over.
Yep.
But Anthony Black hits that pump three. He griped that he got fouled. He didn't get fouled, but I don't blame him for trying to get the call. But I like that. I mean, those guys didn't quit, man, and that's a young team, and to show that kind of fight this early against a very good veteran team in Creighton. Again, top 10 matchup tonight. Early in the season, what, fifth game for the Hogs this season.
Yeah.
Show that kind of fight and want to get the win against a top caliber team, top 10 team. You got to like that. They didn't come out tonight, but they still got over in this one, in my opinion. As in, just I like what I see. I like what I see from despite the loss.
Yeah. And apparently we still have our top player on the bench. So it's
Top
more to look
recruit at
forward to.
least. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say
Well,
top recruit at least. I can't bring myself to say top player just because I hadn't seen him play. But
yeah, man, it's tough for me to think somebody will be better than Anthony Black.
yeah,
That dude's,
Anthony
yeah.
Black, Trayvon Brazil. I mean, that's going to be a fun combo to watch. Ricky Council, he's got a funky looking shot, man, but it goes in. It just looks weird, like it spins a whole lot or something. I don't. It's an odd kind of form, but it goes in. So
It's all it can,
Arkansas
all it matters.
Arkansas needs more shooters. So that's the thing that's going to be their weakness come March. They're just not. They're not a top caliber 3-point shooting team. Creighton
No, we
can
can't go
shoot.
a whole half without making a three. That's not a recipe for success.
No, you're not going to get back to the Elite Eight or go further than that without some shooters. Like last year, you had a Moody. Year before that, you had Moody. Even though Moody didn't really do much in the tournament, but he was there for you all year, with big time shots. But that's the one thing they're lacking. but I did like and I thought that early, in this game, especially just throughout the game, or at least early, like, man, shooting to or lack thereof is going to kill this squad, but come March. But I did like the fight I saw in them. I mean, that brought my spirits back up. Again, even though they lost, just see the fight that they had in this one was very refreshing to see. Not that you're not used to seeing that with Muss and his teams, but a young team like that, to see them fight like that this early, it's very cool to see. Okay, so we're gonna jump from the Razorback loss to a big Razorback win Saturday. How we usually start the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hogs stomp Ole Miss, man. Now the final score ended up making it look more competitive than it really was. Arkansas took the foot off the gas. Pittman even said that after the game. I think I probably took the foot off the gas too early. He did, but you still got the win. You still got a convincing win against an Ole Miss team that was 8-2 coming into this one. Had Alabama, gave Alabama all they wanted the week prior. Yeah, it was all Arkansas from the start, really. And in the second half, on what wasn't it the opening drive, Rocket Sanders just breaks away for a touchdown that just sucked the wind out of their sails, pretty much for good. And like I said, Rebels made the final score look more respectable than the game really was, or made it look closer than it really was. But yeah, KJ, the big takeaway for me, uh, KJ gives you a chance when he's healthy. He looked healthy. He looked ready to go, and he looked like KJ Jefferson. And I felt good for him that he got to actually play against a Mississippi school, being he's from Sardis, Mississippi, and actually got to go out there and get a win too and show out. Now he's at 20 touchdowns, pardon me, passing on the year to just 3 interceptions, over the 2,000-yard passing mark. He's about at like 500 rushing yards or so, 6 touchdowns, I think. I mean, just absolute. I mean, stud there in the pocket. Anytime he's back there healthy, he gives you a chance. And of course, Rocket Sanders being Rocket Sanders.
Yeah. And to think, man, if only he was healthy for all, if only we had him for all the games, like, man, if we had him for the LSU and Mississippi State, I feel like we could definitely have 2 more wins. But I mean, that's just all hearsay. But
Yeah, if some buts, right? But I mean,
yeah,
well, here's my I
but he makes such a big difference, man.
Yeah, I take out the Mississippi State game. I say if you have a healthy KJ for the Liberty game, because he wasn't healthy. He didn't practice
No,
all week. Clearly out of sync. Wasn't himself. Just did not look like he threw 2 picks that game. He's thrown 3 all year, and he really.
and one of them
Well,
wasn't even his fault.
okay. Well, actually, the first 2 interceptions he's thrown this year were not his fault. They were Trey Knox interceptions. The other one was his fault. I was like, wow, KJ actually threw an interception. So really, he's only thrown 1 interception this year that was a legitimate interception. That
Yeah,
was
the other
on
two should have been
him.
caught by
Yeah, that was
us.
on
But
him. But the big takeaway, when KJ's in there and he's healthy, you got a chance if you're the Razorbacks. I mean, that's the takeaway. And the other one, Quincy McAdoo, I
yes,
hope
we
he
say, how about
stays.
McAdoo, man? Yeah,
I hope he stays at corner, man, because he's going to be a player there. He already is. He's already just completely revamped that defense. Just being a presence out there and doing what he's doing out there. True freshman from Clarendon. Shout out to that kid. Hope he stays there at corner. Seriously, the dude could be a pro one day
oh,
at,
definitely.
at this rate. So big time move by Odom, Pittman, and that crew, moving him there. It was just all around a fun game to watch. But speaking of Ole Miss, I'm sure you've heard the rumors. Kiffin Mississippi State, Mississippi news station reported today, I think it was, that as of that on Friday he was going to announce that he was leaving for the Auburn job.
I started seeing stuff last night, but yeah, that's the word on the street.
It could have been last night. It could have been last night, but I didn't see it till today, till this morning. And Kiffin denied it on Twitter. He had apparently had a meeting with the team saying he has not accepted a job. And I kind of really dug into the language there. He hasn't accepted a job like
Did you
yet.
hear what the offer was?
No. Oh no.
I've heard 10 years, $5 million a year, so $50 million.
That's not much. I mean,
At least I think that's what I heard. I don't know. It was something because what does
he'll
what does
get that at
Saban
Ole
make a year?
Miss. Like
He gonna
like
make 5 million at Ole Miss.
he may. It may be pretty close. Dude, Saban makes 10 plus million a year. Dabo just signed like an 11 million a year deal. Like if you're gonna get him to get up and leave another for like within the same division, it's got to be more than 5 mil a year, especially with that fan base.
Or maybe it was 10 years for 150 million. I don't know. It was something stupid. Like,
Well, that would be crazy. Like that would be a wild number. That would be much crazier than Jimbo's
I'm trying to get my
contract.
point across. It was 5 years for $55 billion is
Oh,
what it
okay.
was.
Well, in
So
that case, I probably would leave. I'd even tell the team, like, yeah, I'd call the meeting and say, yeah, it's true. This is what I'm leaving Friday. And yeah, and this is why money. So it's been real. Enjoyed coaching you guys, but I'm gonna go hang with, on Bezos's level. So yeah, but no, I didn't hear any offer or anything like that.
so when's the Egg Bowl? Is it Friday too, or is it Saturday?
I think it's Thursday.
What?
Yeah, I
Oh
believe it's
yeah,
Thursday.
yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Because why would you announce that you're leaving like right before a game like that?
I don't know.
Arkansas plays Friday.
Yeah.
Uh, the Missouri game, the Battle Line Rivalry. We'll get to that in a second, but yeah. So who knows if it's true? I wouldn't. I don't think 5 years or 5 million a year at 10 years is a good deal. I don't think that's probably the offer. If
Oh, it's
so,
not.
it's clearly rumor. Like I said, when you got guys making 10 mil and dude Jimbo's making more than that. So
Yeah, it's like 10 million, just a smidge lower than 10 million a year. Like they're going to pay him almost as much as Nick Saban,
this is the offer allegedly from Auburn.
allegedly.
What does it say? What is it?
Man, I just closed down the web page. You're going to make me
Now, why
bring it.
would you do that? Like, I would want specifics. I clearly didn't know the offer.
It's all a rumor, man. It's all there's
What
no
was the rumor?
facts or anything.
What was the
It said
rumor?
a smidge under $10 million a year.
It
So
literally said a
a
smidge.
smidge. It said a smidge.
Okay, well, they've instantly lost credibility with me.
Exactly.
It's
But $10
completely
million a
false.
year for someone who hasn't won an SEC championship. But
Yeah, at a school
go
like
ahead.
Auburn, where they're just gonna once you gone, that they're gonna
He
gripe
has
as
a
soon as you get
he
hired.
has a lifetime gig at Ole Miss.
Yeah, and if you go to Auburn,
If you go to
you're gonna
Auburn, you
have
might be done in 3 years.
yeah, no, you probably will be done in 3 years. And on top of that, immediately upon your hire, half your fan base is gonna hate you and
Hate
say
you, yeah.
it wasn't a good enough hire. They say that about every person
Dude,
they've ever
if
hired.
they hired Saban, dude, they would say it was a bad hire.
They would find a way to
He's
be
washed up.
ha-
His good days are behind him.
half the fan base would find a way to be upset about it. I'm convinced of that. Like, I mean, they would be. It would be something like that.
He's gonna make us lose to Alabama every year because that's where he used to coach.
It's like his best days are behind him. What's he gonna do here? Yeah.
Nick who? Why are we getting that guy?
Yeah, it's not a job I would want.
It's tough, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if they offered to me, yeah, I'll take it. I mean,
Well, of
I can make
course. I
anything.
mean,
I can make anything work for a year
yeah, it's like fire
or a
me in
season.
in
Yeah,
year 2 and buy me out or whatever it
you can
is.
fire me in game 2. I don't care. Just give me
Yeah,
that
just
money,
give me that
dude.
buyout. Let me get that buyout. So, okay, yeah, rivalry games. All right. So, Ole Miss has the Egg Bowl. I'm sure there's a story as to
I
how
was
they
gonna
came
ask
up
you
with
if you knew
that.
it.
No, I don't. I want to say I probably did it when I played like NCAA football, like my freshman year of college, but that's been a while ago. So,
It's probably like a Ole Miss alumni and a Mississippi State alumni got in a fight over what came first, the chicken or the egg. So they just called it the Egg Bowl.
I hope that's it.
I really hope that's it,
I hope
but
that's probably a better
man,
story than what it is. I don't know. Maybe it's an epic story.
it was
But
a
yes,
chicken. Well, how'd he get the egg?
Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Uh, I don't really have a prediction in that one. Those
Mississippi
always seem to go either way.
Mississippi State.
Like that, like seriously, like when one team's like significantly better than the other, it seems like they end up losing that one, at least in recent
Yeah.
memory. But yeah, rivalry weekend. You got the Iron Bowl, Auburn, Alabama. Not as big as it usually is, although I do like this Cadillac Williams team. I mean, it's and by that I mean I don't like Auburn winning the game or anything. It's just kind of a fun team to. It's a fun atmosphere with him coaching. I'll put it that way. But Ohio State, Michigan, and all these like long time rivalries, right? And I
Except for
saw.
ours.
Well, see, that's okay. That was going to be what I brought up. All right, the Battle Line Rivalry. Uh, I like the trophy. It's a pretty dope trophy, though.
Trophy's pretty badass. I mean,
Yeah, it's like 180 pounds. Arkansas, Missouri, and I saw like
the rivalry dates all the way back to what, 2016?
something. But see, that's the thing, though, man. It's got to start somewhere.
It
Like
does.
I've
It makes
seen,
sense. It's a borderline.
I saw so many people, Razorback fans, just bashing the trophy, saying just put it in the trash. All this, this isn't even a rivalry. Who cares? All this stuff. Y- the- Guys, LSU week is over. Like we've LSU has been moved earlier in the season. LSU
LSU
doesn't
doesn't
even.
see us ever as a rival, so
Yes, they don't care about the boot. I
no.
still want to win the stupid thing every year, but
I'm sure they
it
do
doesn't.
too, but it's not their top priority.
Yeah, they don't look at it like, oh, we got the golden boot. Uh, yeah, it's not what it was in 2000. Like that that week is over. It's Missouri now. So we're starting a new rivalry. It's going to take time, and it's actually been a pretty good series. Missouri has won more, right, since it started.
Oh yeah, man. We've had some trash teams,
Yeah,
but yeah,
but that's the
some of them,
thing.
yeah,
You
some of
got
them
to
been pretty
start
good.
somewhere, and it seems like a natural rivalry to me. It like
Agreed.
border states. The trophy's dope, and they're oftentimes fairly decent games. Now, I say that like it's not been pretty to watch a lot of times, just because neither has been a perennial power. But I don't know. It can be a fun series. I see potential. Give it some time, I would say,
Yeah,
rather than just shitting on it. Just a year isn't a rivalry. Well, it's it will be. They're working on it. You keep this game going for the next 20, 30 years, it's going to develop into that. So, I mean, yeah, who knows what college
but
football is
it's
going to look like?
our. You know what ours is going to morph into though. It's going to quickly be taken over by the Texas game
Yeah,
as our biggest rivalry game. But we'll see how all that works out.
yeah, but I mean, but I think they'll continue to probably play Missouri last week of the season every
Oh
year.
yeah, it's yeah.
And so
Definitely.
it's gonna make it a meaningful it's gonna make it a meaningful game, eventually. I think it already is. I mean, you still want to get
It's
a
a
win.
conference game, so yeah, it's a meaningful game.
Yeah, I just disagree with anyone that says it means nothing. Like, okay, how do you want this to look in 10 years? Do you want to say you won the last 10 or it didn't matter, you know? It's just it's kind of a goofy take on it. And we'll have to deal with my coughing a little bit today, just playing hurt today. A little bit of a
And
cold. Finally
if
got
it
cold here in Arkansas.
yeah, and if it ends up not mattering, I mean, then we just made a 4 foot tall trophy for nothing.
Yeah, this is a 180-pound trophy. Who cares? Like that's a whole person trophy. All right, so yeah, so Arkansas big win against Ole Miss,
Just like we
and
called it
yeah, okay. So prediction for Saturday, we'll go ahead and go with that.
Friday.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Friday. My mistake. Friday, yeah, because I gotta immediately come get off work and then come home and watch the game like immediately. So, all right, who you got? Arkansas, Missouri.
KJ is playing, right? Got
Yeah,
Arkansas.
I would think so. I would think so. He
I've
looked
got
just fine against
Arkansas.
Ole Miss.
Yeah. And I will say, of course, I don't know. I hear that Bumper Pool's probably played his last snap. He's been banged up for a while now, and I don't think he's going to be playing. So I don't know. That's our defense isn't the best, and then you take out one of our top linebackers. So
They've
I don't
gotten
know.
a lot better though, man.
They have,
I
but it's
like
not
the
really
guy
going
who
to change
stepped in
my
his
score
place.
prediction. Yeah. Uh, I don't know. I would say 35-21.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go KJ in there. I'm gonna go 42. I'm gonna say
-5.
42-28 Arkansas. 42-28 Arkansas. I'm not going to say you're going to be a better team without Bumper Pool. Of course not. But I like the guy they plugged in there, 27, who I believe that
Who
was his
was it?
number. I don't know who it was, but he played well. I thought he looked good out there. Uh, yeah, I like the Hogs. The defense has gotten better, man. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, for sure.
he,
McAdoo's made a difference in that though
he's
too.
made a huge difference there in the secondary. But I think the
But no,
linebacking
what's
core
his
is pretty
name at safety
solid.
helped out too. But
Yeah, you still got Drew Sanders in there, and I like the 27. I don't know the guy's name, but I may come Friday, but yeah, he looked good against Ole Miss, so I'm gonna go Hogs. I don't think there's like I said, I'm not gonna say you're better without Bumper Pool, but I don't think there's gonna be so much drop off that it'll really affect the outcome of the game. So I'm gonna go Hogs. Yeah, 42-28. I did see Alabama beat the high school team that they played this past Saturday.
they're not a high school team. My cousin played baseball for them. They're a legit college.
You say so. I was like, who are they playing this week? The DeWitt Dragons? Like, did they beat the Brinkley Tigers? These are
No,
Arkansas high school teams that we played, which is
the
seemed fairly
Conway Wampus
comparable.
Cats.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know how Alabama gets away with these non-conference games
Yeah,
because
that
they're
was. I was
Alabama.
like, come on, Alabama, and shit.
But they do it every year, you know. But okay, another team. How about South Carolina, man? How about that turnaround?
Dude,
I'm glad we
man,
played them in week 2?
week 2.
I'm glad we played them early, man, because they're starting to come on. Spencer Rattler threw 6 touchdowns. Wow. So I guess Shane Beamer's all right, man. But
Oh, Beamer ball.
how about these position coaches,
He looks like a goob,
he
dude.
does.
He looks like that kid in high school who ate lunch by himself. But whatever. Yeah, he's
Let's
doing good.
yeah. Yeah. Well, let's not pick on the kid that ate lunch by himself in high school. But
We'll say the
yeah,
weird kid who ate lunch by himself in high school. How about that?
okay, sure. But well, I don't know. We were pretty weird kids.
Well,
But
yeah,
we all ate lunch together as weird kids though. So
we were the weird table.
yeah,
So,
there you go. But I mean, hey, he can be as weird as he wants,
yeah,
winning games right now, the way he is. So I mean, he's got that team. I mean, yeah, position coaches in the SEC right now, man. Him, Pittman. Uh,
if I was Auburn, man, I'd be going and looking at position coaches with zero head coach experience.
yeah, that'll go over well at Auburn.
Yeah,
I don't know. Can they make a hire that's going to make fans
nope,
happy?
nope. Not
Like who
unless
would you
they,
get?
dude. Not unless they like reincarnate Pat Dye or somebody. Like I don't even. I still don't know if all the fan base would be happy with that.
Yeah, he's too old. That wouldn't work today. You gonna put that against Saban? I don't know. All right, so the top four college football playoff came out today. Do you agree? I agree with the four, as is. Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, TCU in that order. LSU coming in at 5,
At 5, yeah.
one spot ahead of USC. What do you think of that? Did you like that or not?
Man, that's I don't know. I kind of don't like it. I understand it, but I don't like it.
I
But
don't like it. I don't see how you could put them ahead of USC, who had a big win against UCLA Saturday. I don't get
I
it,
think
especially when LSU eked out a win against us and didn't look very good in the process. Now we had a lot to do with that, but still, I don't think you can put them ahead of a one loss USC team right now.
regardless, yeah, I think Georgia's gonna take care of business in Atlanta, and nobody will have to worry about LSU sneaking in there as a second SEC team. But
Yeah, and who's to say Ohio State and Michigan will, both be in there, right? I mean, it would have to be a
it has
just
to be a really
epic kind
close
of game
game. Yeah, into overtime. Yeah.
to keep them both in. So, yeah, I would have switched it up, but kind of like you said, it's not going to matter. You know, this is all just for debate at this point. But I would have had USC ahead of LSU personally. But okay, let's jump to pro football. All right, how about Mahomes being Patrick Mahomes against the Chargers in the final 2 minutes? Was there any real doubt, that Mahomes wasn't going to get the job done? I looked at the time on the clock and I was like, okay, hey, that's Patrick Mahomes is about to go be Patrick Mahomes, and he did. Just
Yep.
uh, played like himself, hit Kelsey a few times, and gosh, Travis Kelce, man, he's making a real argument for the best to ever do it at tight
Yeah,
end,
as we
right?
say, there's been a lot of that going around on Twitter the last couple of days. But dude, I don't know. Go back and watch some footage of Gronk. He that dude changed the game.
Well, I mean, Gronk, Tony Gonzalez. I
Yeah.
don't like when Tony Gonzalez played. I thought nobody's ever going to be as good as this guy,
Yeah.
and there were a lot of things that he did that those guys can't do. Kelsey is more like he's almost like a hybrid of the two. He's a better runner than Gronk. Um, Tony Gonzalez was that guy. The athlete. Route runner. And I mean, he was a good receiver. Kelsey's a good receiver. Um, Gronk just so big. He was so big and he could run. He could just
He could catch passes with a full body cast on, man. I mean,
yeah. I mean, he could just go. He could just reach over you and grab a ball and then he could run after the catch. But yeah, it's like you said. Go watch highlights of Gronk. Running down the field and stuff. It's hard to say you take anybody over that guy. I would take Gronk over any tight end ever. Just
now if Kelsey keeps it up it's gonna be hard.
yeah, and you can't use the excuse of well, Kelsey had Mahomes throwing to him. Okay, well, yeah, who did Gronk have throwing to him? The best to ever
So,
do it.
some dude with Freaking 7 rings.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, but yeah, Tony Gonzalez is another one. I mean, and Antonio Gates had a great career. Ah, man, there've been a lot of good tight ends. Shannon Sharp, just been been a lot of good ones at that position. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes, he's got to be the MVP right now, right? He's been in front of
It's
us the
got to
whole
be.
time.
Yeah.
He's gotten the Jordan effect. Like we've gotten so used to his greatness that we're just looking for like the next big thing. I mean, that's what it's been. I
Yeah.
mean, Lamar earned it the year he got it, but like
You know
this year
what?
they were talking like Josh Allen, and he hasn't looked very good these
You
last
know
few
what I still
weeks.
can't figure out
What's
is
that?
how I ended up with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce on the same fantasy football team.
That's pretty wild. What's
Straight
your team's
curb
record?
stomping. In that league, I am the top scorer, but I am only 6-5.
I broke a 5-game losing streak this
Or no,
week.
I'm 7-4.
Yeah, see, I'm 4-7 now.
It's been an uphill battle. But
It's been a rough
I
five
think I'm
weeks.
above 500 in all three of my leagues. So
Well, good for you. Send us some notes
top
because
scorer in two of them.
send my crew some notes because we need it apparently. All right. In other news, Jimmy G, all he does is win. Did it again last night on Monday Night Football against the Cardinals. Showed out, man. 4 touchdowns, no picks. Debo came back. Looked like the Debo Samuel I've been accustomed to seeing. They look like the gosh. I hope that audio caught that belch. Man, that was weird. Um,
Didn't hear anything.
okay, good. That was filthy. All right, moving on. Like the 49ers are looking like what I thought they would look like, under Christian McCaffrey. Like with McCaffrey, like Shanahan's just got to be just sitting there, just like Mr. Smithers, rubbing his hands together, just thinking of all the stuff he can do offensively with that crew. Do you even get the reference? Because you didn't get to watch The Simpsons growing up,
Yeah,
right?
did not get to watch it growing up. No,
Okay, so but did you get the reference when I
yes, I
said it?
did.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
I've
right,
watched
just
it
checking.
since then. Yeah, I'm a
Okay,
grown
just
man.
checking.
I do what I want. I watch what
Okay,
I want whenever I want. Dang it.
all right. Did Barry
Now,
and Roy Ann listen to
if
this
it be in
show?
cartoons, oh, dude, Dad watched that stuff. Whenever Mom walked in, we'd just turn the TV.
Okay, there you go. But yeah, man, 49ers looking tough, 4-0 in the division, leading the division now. That's going to be a tough out, man, in the NFC. What's looking like another tough out, dude? The Cowboys. Vikings got exposed, man. Vikings got exposed. There
40
wasn't.
to 3. Is that what the final score was?
I don't know. It was a
Ugh,
lot
dude,
to a little, but
terrible.
they were dominant. Cowboys could have named their score in that one and gotten it.
I guarantee you
Defensively,
nobody in the Viking fan base was surprised. They've seen this before.
they have, and they saw a lot of Micah Parsons and company Sunday. Man, that dude is an absolute animal. He is just he's a beast among men out there. Yeah, I mean they look good all around. Tony Pollard looks like a star right now, and Zeke came. I
Yeah,
mean
man.
Zeke looked good too. Zeke looked good, but Tony Pollard looks like a star, man. They got a legitimate two-headed monster there in Dallas.
They finally get him involved in the pass game a little bit more. It paid off. So
Yeah, man, he lit it up, lit it up. All right, so yeah, Cowboys are looking like a tough out there. Best defensive team at least in the NFC right now, right? At least scoring wise
I
they are
think so.
as far as ranking goes and all that. But I mean, you got Micah Parsons, you got a solid secondary. I mean, they're legit there. They're setting themselves up for success anyway. So I like what I see from Dallas right now. All right, so we got some Thursday games this week. Dallas is one of them, correct?
Yep.
I
Dallas, New
assume the
York,
lines are
the
in there too.
Giants. Oh, Giants have to be in there somewhere. I mean, the Lions have to be in there somewhere. Giants are definitely in there somewhere because they're playing the Cowboys. But let's see. Yep. No, it can't be. I'm looking at the wrong schedule. Dang it.
Do you have any memories of like, growing up and watching Thanksgiving Day football games? Like, do you have any like games that really stick out to you or moments? Not even necessarily games, other than the Creed
Oh,
Cowboys halftime show.
man, it was always, I mean, watching whoever was playing on Fox, which is usually like the Cowboys and Lions, and seeing whoever got the turkey leg at the end of the game. Uh, that was what I remember the most, and that and the Lions basically getting stomped every single Thanksgiving. But
Hey, I want to say Joey Arrington got a turkey leg one day or on one of those games. Do you remember him when he was the quarterback there?
who?
Joey Harrington.
I do remember that name. Yes.
Okay, all right. He was the Oregon quarterback. He was on one of the NCAA football covers like 2002 or something, or four maybe, three. I don't know. One of those early 2000s when we were fresh out of high school, something like that.
Oh,
Yeah, he was in the
Detroit's
league for a while.
Detroit's gonna get stomped again this Thanksgiving because they're playing the Bills.
Yeah, where is it?
At Detroit.
Oh, it's always in Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
And
Patriots
and
are playing the Vikings as
and
well.
and
So,
Buffalo just played in Detroit. So I
yep.
mean it's yeah, so they're going to be used to it at this point. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean the Thursday games are going to be fun. Yeah, I look forward to the Thanksgiving games. On top of
Yeah,
just
because
the
what
fact
else are you
that
doing? I mean, you're probably just sitting around either waiting on food or digesting food.
yeah.
That's pretty much all you have to do on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, like I don't remember there being like great games on Thanksgiving though.
No.
Like it's always just it's what's on in the background. That's kind of how it's always been.
Yeah,
I guess
it's
I guess that's a good time to have those games though. It's not like you really want like this just amazing game going on when your family's trying to visit with you and stuff. You're like, "Shut up, I'm trying to watch the game." But that's what I think about when I think of Thanksgiving Day games, like the
everybody shut your
Lions
mouth.
and
They're in the 2-minute drill.
yeah, the
It's
Lions and Cowboys when the Cowboys weren't very good, you know. So, but with the Bills playing and stuff, yeah, it could get interesting. Could definitely get interesting. What other stuff? Okay, all right. I do want
um,
to touch. Okay,
did you?
World Cup. World Cup is going on.
Yeah.
Are you going to watch any of it?
Yes. If it's on, yes, I will watch it. It's the World Cup. It only happens every 4 years. I will watch it.
Yes. I have not checked any of it
It's
out.
the
I
biggest
would
sport
like.
in the world, by the way, too.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. So I'd like to see the USA play, or really just any of them. I mean, just because it's interesting. It's an interesting environment. Um,
Like it's
just so-
intense, man. There's a lot on the line. Freaking
absolutely. But yeah, we'll check some of that out. We're gonna check out the Thanksgiving Day games,
also
all
go
that
check out
stuff.
them Air Force NASA uniforms that they're unveiling this weekend. They look freaking sweet.
Yeah, we'll
Uh,
have to do that and more. But until then, we're gonna get out of here. We're out of
Happy
time.
Thanksgiving.
Yep. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Till
Gobble
next time.
gobble.